Hey Grace family, and welcome back to our midweek check-in. So last Sunday we were back in the book of Philippians, and we looked at chapter 1 verses 12 through 14. And we covered a lot of ground and just understanding Paul's circumstances. And the big thing I wanted to follow up with you on was our first point of application. We talked about adopting the life motto that I am here for Christ. We saw that in Paul's life. He knew his imprisonment, all his set of circumstances that were just terrible. He realized they were opportunities to advance the gospel and to edify the body. And so I hope as you've gone through your week, you've been able to at least start with the mindset and start exploring what it looks like, what it feels like, what it means at every moment of every day, I am here for Christ. Because I think if we're honest with ourselves, if we don't have that mindset, then we're really living the life, I'm here for me. And I'm going to stick to my schedule, my agenda, and get done what I want so I can go home and do what I want. But if we realize that I am here for Christ, we're going to see each set of circumstances different. We're going to see the crisis different when it hits our life, like Paul did. And we're going to see opportunities to advance the gospel and edify the body, maybe in ways we would have missed, probably in ways we'll miss if we've got a mindset, I'm here for me. And so I just want to meet you in the middle of your week and share a verse that kind of adds a depth to this conversation. Maybe you can find it helpful in trying to have that mindset and living out that motto that I am here for Christ. So this is 1 Peter chapter 3 and verse 15. And it says this, "But in your hearts honor Christ the Lord as holy." That's our key for this week. Always be prepared to make a defense to anyone who asks for a reason for the hope that is in you, yet do it with gentleness and respect. So those first few words, honor Christ the Lord as holy, in your heart. I think if we begin there, and if Christ is the most important thing, and we are honoring Him as holy in our hearts, then as this verse continues on, we're going to be prepared and we're going to be ready to make a defense. And I would also argue, kind of bridging that with our conversation from last Sunday, that not only are we going to be prepared and ready to make a defense, but we're going to start initiating conversations. If Christ is the most important, if we're honoring Him as holy in our hearts, then we're going to be able to adopt that life model. I am here for Christ. And then in those moments, we're going to initiate gospel conversations. We're going to edify the body. We're just going to let God work in and through us in ways that we don't when we live the life motto, I'm here for me. So hopefully that brings some encouragement, maybe a little bit of depth to that conversation. Are you honoring Christ as holy in your heart? Is He the most important thing to you today and moment by moment? And if that's true, we're going to start to see people different. We're going to start to see circumstances different. And we're going to be able to live that motto, I am here for Christ. So looking ahead at this next Sunday, we've actually got a member of our preaching team who's going to be sharing. Jimmy Bollinger is going to be sharing from the Word, I believe from Joshua chapter 2. So read that ahead of time, kind of get an idea of the text that he'll be working through, and we'll look forward to seeing you back here Sunday morning at 9 a.m.